The first thing we're going to do is not change any fonts or colors or anything like that in our writing. The first thing we're going to worry about are the background and the background designs. So what we can do is the first thing we can do is go up to background. What you can do is you can choose a color. If you like whatever color you like, you can change yours to the text. Now if I click done, it only changes that first background. But if I want all the pages to be the same color, I can click Add to Theme and then Done. And notice how it made them all this color. It's your choice how you want to do it. Then we can go ahead and add the rest of our images from. The other option is that if I know that I'm writing my story on, for example, mine is on the eclipse, if I go back to background, I can make the background a specific picture. So if I click back on image, click choose, go all the way down to search, it's going to search Google, and I can write solar eclipse, whatever your story might be about, and click on the blue search button. Now I really like this photo right here, so that would be a nice background. So I can click on select and done. Now notice I just did it with this one. If I want this to be everyone, I could choose a different one. Now, to me, I like how this looks, and I can reposition the rest of my words. Now I can look at the rest of it. So I'm going to look at the writing. You want to have a dark color on top of a light color. So for example, yellow is a light color, so black does look good on top. But right now, down here, the orange and the gray is very hard to see with the orange. So I either need to make it much lighter or much darker. So in order to change it, I need to click on this text box. Now I need to click at the beginning or the end, and I'm going to click, hold down, hold down, hold down, and then let go. Once it is all highlighted, I can go to the A, and I can try, okay, what does the white look like? And the white I can see much better. If you try a color and it doesn't, if you can't really still see it very well, okay, like that's not really maybe the best, I'm going to highlight it. So you want a light color on top of a dark color or a dark color on top of a light color. And now I have my title page. Another option that you can use is that you can use different graphics when you are creating different images. So in this work, I'm reading that when I read this, I'm thinking about one of the main things that might be illustrated here is that there are feet who are walking to the balcony. So I might try to look for feet. So if I go up to the top, I click on the one that looks like mountains, the image, and then if I go down to search, I can type in something. So I can type in shoes, for example, and it doesn't really give me what I'm looking for exactly. So the goal is to write as few words as possible. Maybe I could write shoes walking. Okay, now this looks like a lot of real people. Okay, this one looks like a lot of people in a line. Maybe that could work. One other thing that you could do, if you want it to look kind of like a cartoon type look, if you click where it says any type, you can click here on clip art. And the clip art might give different types of shoes. So I could use these shoes. Okay, if I go to the corner, I can pull it in to make it smaller. Okay, and I can go back and maybe add some more different types of shoes in there as well to show that there are other shoes in line as well. So I can go to the corner, make it smaller. Okay, and I can continue to find different pictures of shoes if I want to. Now I notice that these shoes are going that way, but let's say I want, like these shoes are going the opposite way, but I know that in my line I want them to go the opposite way. If I right click with my middle finger and I'm going to say rotate, I can flip it horizontally and they could turn the other way. So I can make them smaller Okay, I can put them as if we're walking in a line. Okay. Now I might say, I don't know if I want those. If you don't want a picture, just click on it and press delete. Okay, and then you can continue to add as much as you want. It's okay if even things go off the page if you like that. Notice how these are getting bigger, bigger, bigger. If I click present, you can see what it looks like. And notice it kind of looks like the line is going this way as we're walking. Now the last couple of things I want to show you could use to illustrate is the shapes. I could use shapes to help illustrate what I'm doing. For example, I could make different shapes. Like if I want to make this look like they're walking on a sidewalk, I could find different shapes if I want to look like that. I could also use the shapes if I want to make it look like they're going up or down the stairs. So you can use the shapes in a lot of different ways. If you want to color different, you can click on the shape, you can go to the bucket, and I'm like, oh, you know, our stairs are a little bit more like this color. Now notice how the outline is kind of maybe a black. So if I go to the pencil, I can change that to the same color or no color. Same thing here. If I click on the color I want, and I can go to the bucket, I can change it to the color, and that way the whole thing will be the same. So bucket, color, pencil, color. And that way it will change the color. Otherwise, if I click on the puzzle, it makes the outline a different color than the rest of it. See how that one has a black? And you can choose to use that one or not. The last option, whether or not you use shapes, is you could use different kinds of lines. Maybe you want to use an arrow or a line to make different shapes. If I click, for example, on an arrow, if I go to the circle, I can click, turn, 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 let go, and it will make different places. I can make it larger. I can change the color by clicking on the pencil, change a different color. I can make it thicker by clicking here. I can also, if I click on the circle, I can turn it around, okay, or make it longer or thinner, okay? So use that. You're going to then highlight the text and find something that's either lighter or darker so that you can read it and it looks nicer. Okay, go ahead and go add your backgrounds and your images to every single page.